Hi everyone, I'm going to be reviewing the KAB Beauty Starry Eyes palette today, and if you want to see what it looks like, absolutely gorgeous. So I created this eye look today with it. It's kind of like a purple mauve-y situation. Mauve. I don't know how to pronounce it. But this is what I created today, and if you are at all interested in seeing how I achieved this look, then just keep on watching. So the first thing I'm gonna do is moisturize my face. It's been washed. I just took a shower. But anyways, I'm just gonna moisturize my face real quick. Moisturizer, I'm gonna use the It Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream Anti-Aging Armor Transforming Moisturizing Super Cream. That's a lot of claims to make, but anyways, I love this moisturizer anyway, so I don't know why I'm talking smack about it right now. I just think the product name could be shorter, that's all. So I'm gonna come back with my brows and eye primer already done, and then we're gonna get into the look using this palette by KAB Beauty. I believe this one was called Starry Eyes, and it looks like this. So very excited to use that. And let me just put my brows on and then put my eye base on. Alright, so this is the KAB Beauty Starry Eyes palette, and as you can see, it's kind of got a lot of, what was I gonna say? A lot of like pinks and blue purples. I don't know why I said blues. Pinks and purples, and it's got a couple metallic shades. And then it also comes with a blush and a bronzer. So I'm just gonna figure out what I wanna do first. So I think I'm gonna go into the shade Beauty Trend, just with a big fluffy brush. Let's see how that looks. So this is definitely a color that needs some building. I can see that already. But it looks like it does blend out pretty well. It's just not a lot of pigmentation that you're gonna get right off the bat. Alright. Next, I'm gonna dip into the shade Strawberry Milk, which is right here on the bottom right corner. And I'm just using a little bit smaller of a brush. This is an E40. It's a little bit Sigma E40, so it's a little bit smaller than the brush I just used. Let's see if that adds anything. So it kind of adds some color. It's blending really well with the other colors, that's for sure. Go into the shade Orchid, which is right next to Strawberry Milk. And so for some reason, when I was looking at this, I read this, it's supposed to be soft blanket, but I read it as so blanket, and I was like, what the fuck does that mean? I'm just gonna add this to like the outer corner. It's a really pretty shade, actually. I feel like that shade kind of like turned everything into kind of like a purplish color. So I'm just blending at the top to kind of bring those pink colors back out. And to blend this out a little bit more, because damn. But since it is a little purpley now, I think I can actually use some of the purples in this palette. I think the first thing I'm gonna try to do, so I'm just gonna spray a brush over it. I always kind of overdo it, but yeah. So now I'm gonna go into this shade called Amethyst right here. It's like a pretty metallic purple, and I can already see with a brush it picks up really nicely. So I'm just gonna apply that to the eye, just the inner portion that we left out in the beginning. These look really pretty blended together. I know the camera doesn't know justice, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. So I'm gonna do my liner and lashes off camera, and then I will be right back with some liner and lashes on. Alright, so these lashes were kind of a pain in the ass to put on, and if I'm being honest, this left one is not cooperating. But anyways, these are just a lash set I got on Amazon. They're apparently the style K01. And they're really pretty, but like, goddamn. It's just like the band wasn't flexible enough. Like it just didn't want to stick where I was placing it. So I put a little extra lash glue on top to try and hope that that holds it in place. And yep, so now it's time to move on to the face products. And let's get into that. Before I get into the face though, I do want to say how much I actually do recommend this palette. I think I picked it up at Target for like $15. And I think for the range of shades that you get, like you can do like a neutral look, you can do like colorful, and then it also comes with blush and bronzer. So I think it's a good deal, and I really like the packaging. It kind of comes in like this magazine looking style thing, and then it has all the shade names on the back as well as the blush and bronzer. I just think it's really, it was well worth the price, even if I feel like the colors weren't the most pigmented, the matte shades at least. I was able to build them up to how I liked it, and then the purple just seemed to go really great with it. So now I am for real going to get into the face. For starters, I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution Hydrate Base Primer, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so now I look super dewy and hydrated. And before I do anything else, I want to go into this The Ordinary Colors Coverage Foundation, High Coverage Foundation Formula. Super long name, but I did use this like in its own video testing it out, and I actually really liked it for $6. Like, geez, bro. I can't remember how. Okay, yeah. So you have to like switch it to like an on position so it doesn't just like get everywhere. But I'm just gonna use 3 pumps of that on the back of my hand and get my damp beauty sponge. This isn't a real beauty blender, it's just a knockoff. But I'm gonna get into blending. This looks really yellow actually, but it does match my skin tone like most of the time. Maybe not this time, but usually I'm a little bit more tan on the tan side, and that has not been the case recently. I've been getting super white, especially all this winter that I didn't really go outside because it was snowing and, you know, just all kinds of shitty weather. And I don't like going out in the snow. I don't like driving in the snow. I wrecked my car in the snow. So, yeah, not my favorite thing. But I deal with it. So like in the mirror, this looks like the perfect match, but then on camera, it just looks like super yellow. So I want to show you that this actually looks decent in person. Next thing I wanted to use was my Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand. I got this in a BoxyCharm, and I'm assuming that I think I remember putting that I had a light complexion. And they sent me this, and it's kind of dark, so I've been using it as like a cream contour. So I just kind of like anywhere I would contour. I'm just gonna apply that there. And a little bit underneath the chin area. Because honestly, I have no clue how else to get any use out of this product other than just using it to contour. And it's not too dark, so it doesn't come off super dark on the skin. Alright, and it just kind of adds like a light luminosity to the cheeks, I guess. It's nothing too crazy. For bronzer today, I want to use my Hoola by Benefits, but that would require me to find my bronzer brush. So we're ready for bronzer, and oh, I literally need to do concealer and set my eyes. I don't know what I'm doing. So for concealer, I was gonna go in with this Wet n Wild Megaliner Incognito concealer, and I'm just gonna dot a couple dots under the eye. And I'm gonna blend that out real quick. I'm gonna set my under eyes with some powder real quick. Alright, so to set my whole face, I'm going to use the Heavenly Looks Wand Ball Powder. It's brush number 8 from It Cosmetics. Now I am back to use bronzer, so Hoola benefits. Please benefit me. So for blush, I'm just going to use the blush in the middle of this Physicians Formula palette. This is the Mora Butter, I think it's just called Mora Butter face palette. Anyways. I literally don't know how to not over blush. But that's right. I think I'm gonna take my regular powder brush and blend that in like I normally do. Especially if it's like my blush is getting a little too high. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this back. Next thing I want to do is add some mascara to my lashes, my falsies, and my under eye. So I'm going to use the Urban Decay Perversion Mascara. Just right underneath. So for the under eyes, I want to take a little bit of this shade Orchid and some of the Beauty Trend, and I'm just gonna tap off the excess and put that on my under eye. Ooh. That actually really added a really nice effect. So, done with the palette for now, and I just cut myself off. I'm gonna do my lower lashes with the Bad Gal Bang mascara, and I'm actually gonna use the same here because I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my god, why? Like, why does this need to happen? fuck up my under eyes. And I'm just fucking them up even more. So I'm gonna stop even attempting to... No, I'm not. I'm going in with more mascara. It's probably a bad idea. Or you just apply mascara to both a little more, and then nobody can tell that it looks uneven and not good. So for highlighter, I'm going to use, what is it? I swear to God, I just had it. Oh my god, I'm such a dumbass. I didn't even use the bronzer and blush that come in the palette. So I'm gonna do that in a future video where I use this palette. But I totally forgot that those were even in there, to be totally, like, full transparency. So I'm gonna use this Colourpop designer collection in Horse and Carriage, and I'm going to just, like, every time I see this highlighter being put on, like, even by myself, like, it's just so, like, appealing. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. And I think I want to use this as my inner corner highlight as well. So I'm going to leave that. So I'm gonna let my hair dry because it really needs to. And I'm just gonna spray on my L'Oreal Pro Spray and Set makeup extender. Ooh, ooh. I swear this has gotta be the same, like, or a very similar formula to the Urban Decay All Nighter, because literally they smell exactly the same, and I feel like the cooling effect is about the same. So anyways, let's get into the thoughts. So my thoughts on this palette are very positive. I wasn't quite expecting that to be the case. I thought that they were going to be super low pigment and just super hard to work with. And they are, like, not the most pigmented shadows, but it's still enough to where you're able to create something like this, like, very easily. You can also do, like, a neutral look. You could also use the blush and bronzer, which I didn't do, but I will. And so, anyways, I think it's worth buying, especially if you're looking for a palette that has both neutrals and, you know, kind of your strong colors in it. And then with the blush and the bronzer, I just think it makes it well worth the 15 bucks I paid for it. So that being said, I'm gonna take the foundation off my lips. God, my lips are so chapped and dead, like, ever since I moved here. So I'm gonna put some KAB Lip Oil. And I'm gonna do 2 coats because my lips are super dry. So anyways, don't think I tried anything new for the first time other than the palette, which I highly recommend and will definitely be getting more use out of. But that's about it for the end of this video, I am going to take some more pictures and kind of film it in better lighting. So allow me some time to do that. And as always, if you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And I don't know what else to say. Have a nice rest of your day.